RPA has really caught the attention, as we've discussed already, and you see from the hands in the room, over the last 12 to 18 months or so. But many of you guys have been in the industry and around automation for a long time. So do you recognise that? Do you think we've reached some form of tipping point? And what changes have you seen in the last 12 to 18 months?
What we're seeing is there's now a clearer view of what best practice is and the way to do it, so that sort of organisational consideration. And the implication of that is that where organisations that previously took a number of years to get to a level of maturity and to achieve sort of, some of the sort of 30-40% of the back office that we're seeing with some of our clients, that can now be achieved much more quickly, because we can set expectation, we can identify what the key components of a successful RPA capability are up front. So we can educate clients and providers much more quickly.
We are laggards today. We have crossed the chasm in terms of robotics. And especially if you compare ourselves with some of the robotics KPIs with out there, if you talk about automotive industries. In Germany, which is the highest robotic penetration in Europe, they have 400 robots per 10,000 co-workers. In Sweden it's 90, in Japan it's 1,600. If you compare that number with the usual business space or IT space, we have a long way to go. We have just started, so in some perspective, it's not a hype anymore, it's there, but I think we have just scratched the surface of what is possible.
Slowly, service providers are willing to talk to the market, to all the stakeholders. I think the reluctance, the way I was going to read it, no one has really figured out the impact on revenue models, how to contract in these new environments. So that's almost the explanation, I think, probably why the large service providers have been unusually coy on the topic.
Yeah. One of the things I have noticed and started talking to our customers about is the added benefit. Once you've automated something, you have data on that process, and then you can use that data, you can analyze it, you've got analytics which can add value to your business. So you've got a benefit in two areas. One, you're reducing the cost and you're improving the productivity and performance of that particular process. But then you're also giving intelligent information to the organization that they can use to their advantage. Do you find that's something that customers you work with realize at this stage?
I think Tom makes a very good point. I think most automation programs start with an efficiency agenda, that's why they exist, but that's perhaps to ignore many of the peripheral and very significant benefits you get from an automation program, and particularly benefits that are more prevalent in a robotic automation program, given that the concept of robotic automation in its various forms is that you use the software to drive existing systems, platforms and tools, and therefore by the very nature of doing that, you're able to deploy more quickly and non-disruptively into an organisation. And certainly what we've seen is the ability to take a process as is, to automate it, and then to use the information gathered about that process to inform an agenda of change that would otherwise be impossible. Just simply the ability of a piece of software to record every action, every interaction, the time taken, the latency, where the lags are, where the problems are, how often you reach a decision point and go left or right. All of that information gathering is really powerful information.
Talking to the end customer, when they realise what this technology is capable of, is that the more and more of them now are asking their suppliers, in what way are you using artificial intelligence to deliver further competitive advantage? And those questions are just going to continue to be asked, and whoever can apply this technology in the best way is going to have a competitive advantage themselves.